All right, hey, what's up, everybody? Back with another day. We're going to build the food plan for the day with the app called My Macros Plus. I'm going to put a link in the description to both the iOS store and the Android store below if you want to get this. It costs like $2 or $3, but for tracking your calories and your macronutrients, it's well worth it. It's a great app, and especially if it helps you stay on track. I build these for myself every single day. At some point, I thought, why not just record them and throw them up on here? Maybe help somebody else figure out how to build their plan as well. So if you find this to be helpful, please hit like, maybe even to subscribe while you're there. Also, make sure to check out cheapofitness.com. This is a website I recently launched where I'm spending my time digging through Amazon looking for fitness-specific discount deals, coupon codes, sales, basically anything to try to help you save a few bucks while trying to stay fit. cheapofitness.com, link in the description down below. Something else that I was going to mention as well, one of the things that I've been asked a few times is, where do I come up with my calorie targets? How am I calculating that? There's actually two different websites that I use, and I kind of rotate between the two of them, and I'll put a link in the description to both of those below. One of them is the very popular If It Fits Your Macros website, where you just put in a couple pieces of information about yourself, how much you work out, some things about your stature, how tall are you, what do you weigh, and then it'll give you a number there. The other website does the exact same thing. The calorie target they're going to give you is almost going to be the exact same with a little bit of fluctuation there, but the If It Fits Your Macros website tends to follow more of the National Academy of Sports Medicine's philosophy of like your carbs should be the highest out of your carbs, protein, and fats. Whereas the other link below, which is from the Bigger, Leaner, Stronger book, tends to usually have the protein and carbs being identical. So I've been doing the Bigger, Leaner, Stronger for a while. I am now switched officially back to the If It Fits Your Macros for no other reason than because, again, the calorie target's just about the same for both, but because the carbs are higher on the If It Fits Your Macros, it actually reduced my protein a little bit and actually increased my fat content a little bit. It took my fat allowance from like 60-something up to like 90-something, which totally changes the approach that you have to have whenever you've been very careful about restricting your fats in the previous plan. So today's plan was completely built already. Usually I built most of them and then we finish them together, but because this is something new, this is a new plan for me, I went ahead and built this myself because I just kind of had to get my mental bearings about like what is it going to take to to make this work. So just for some context, let me show you what I'll go to tomorrow. My new plan here is 201 grams of protein, 227 grams of carbs, and 96 grams of fat. So 2576 calories. So let me go back to today's, what I've already built. And so let's just go over this. So I have a 3-step system every time that I build a plan, whether it's for one day or whether it's for multiple days. My first step is always to put in what I call my staples. My staples are meals that I can essentially count on to be the same thing every single day. I don't have to think about them. I just know to put them in. For me, my staples are my pre and my post-workout meals, and they're staples because it's always some sort of whey protein and gummy bears. And you can see here on my pre-workout, I've got chocolate peanut butter IsoPure. I meant to have that out and have it so I can show you. The IsoPure is fantastic. It is a high-quality isolate protein drink, and it blends amazingly into water, which for me, I can't drink whey protein if it doesn't blend almost into like water consistency. So I'm going to put a link in the description down below too to take you to the Amazon thing for that as well if you're looking for a good high-quality protein. So my pre-workout has that and gummy bears. My post-workout has that and gummy bears. So that's my staples. My second step after I put in my staples, now that I've started the plan, second step is to put in any sort of cravings that I am currently having. The cravings are important to put in now before you do your actual food plan, because if you do your food plan first, you're going to find you're not able to squeeze your cravings in, and you're going to feel like you are depriving yourself of happiness. And people tend to go off of these plans because of that, because they have a hard time staying motivated to be on these plans when they feel like they're depriving themselves. So try to put your cravings in here before you actually build your plan. Once you put your cravings in, or if you didn't have any, you go on to the last step, step 3, which is build your food plan starting with the first meal of the day that you're going to eat and then work your way towards the end. That's what I've done, and that's what we're going to go over here very quickly. First meal of the day for me is breakfast. Now, usually on my other plan, because I was 30 grams less on my fat, I had to be very careful with my fat content, especially for breakfast time. So I was doing a lot of liquid egg whites. Because my fat content has more room now because of the new numbers, I actually am doing 3 regular eggs today, which has 12 total grams of fat. I could not have done that in the previous plan. It was too restrictive on fat. So 3 regular eggs. I put some bacon bits in there. I actually made a wrap, like a breakfast burrito out of both of these. 2 wraps, and then a mild cheddar slice of cheese. Not fat-free cheese. This was an actual piece of cheddar cheese. I'm spoiling myself. 6 grams of fat, though, on that one slice. Again, I couldn't have done that on the previous plan. I could have used a fat-free cheese, and I probably would have, but now I can use a regular piece of cheese just for something different. So that was my breakfast, and some guacamole. I forgot about the guacamole. That's the other thing. And it's another 11 grams of fat right there on the guacamole that I put on my burritos. My breakfast had 34 grams of fat. I used 1/3 of my total allowance now on just my breakfast. That's what happens when you've been depriving yourselves of fats, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I can have more fats. You blow it out immediately right off the bat the next day. For my lunch, what I did here was very, very lean on fat. I did some broccoli. I did some turkey meatballs, only 5 ounces of turkey meatballs. And then I did some sweet peppers. These are just little bell peppers. I eat them out of the fridge, piece of cake, 12 grams of fat on that. And then for dinner, what I'm going to do is I've got some more lean ground beef. I've got some more Hawaiian rolls, which I just put on my plan just a couple of days ago. The Hawaiian rolls are actually very low in fat, only 2 total grams of fat each, and pretty low in calorie, only 90 calories per Hawaiian roll, which I love Hawaiian rolls. That works out great. And I just got an air fryer yesterday from Amazon. I'm going to put a link in the description to that as well. It's like $100 for this thing. I made sweet potato fries last night. Was great. Today I'm doing some regular fries, and that's what this is here. The russet potatoes, I weighed the potato that I'm going to be making the fries out of. And so looking forward to some great fries tonight. Some homemade fries with some sea salt and a bunch of garlic powder and onion powder. And I think I have some calorie-free ketchup. I'm going to have to look and see on that. But those are my main meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For snacks, I put in a frozen fruit bar. This is made by the Outshine company. It's been on a bunch of my previous plans. I'm going to do some avocado toast. I put another thing of guacamole in here for some avocado toast or guacamole toast or whatever you want to call it. That's 2 things of avocado or guacamole. Some days on my old plan, I couldn't even do 1 because my fat was so restrictive. So I've got 2 of them on here today. And then a bag of Quest protein chips. After all of that, after my staples, my pre and my post-workout, my breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and my snacks, here's where I have ended up. So you can see I've got 219 total calories remaining. My target now is 2,500, and what was it? Let me look at tomorrow. 2,576. My old target was a max of 2,700 and a minimum of 2,400. So this ends up being right in the middle of what I was kind of already hitting anyway. So the calorie number doesn't change a lot for me, but the content at the top does. Because I'm taking in less, or I have less protein to work with now, I went over my protein. So I have to make an adjustment on my protein a little bit here because I'm so used to needing to do 227 grams. Well, now that I only have to do like 205 or whatever the number is, I got to adjust that here just a little bit. But I'm not going to worry about it on my first day. My carbs, I went over just a little bit. That's fine, not a big deal. My fat, I still had 18 grams of fat even after all of that avocado and guacamole stuff. That's the difference that this plan makes. So it's going to take me a few days of adjusting. I'm trying to figure out how to level these out a little bit better so that my fat gets more use and maybe I don't go as far over on my protein and my carbs. But because my overall calorie number is fine, I'm not going to worry too much about it. In fact, I might even look for an opportunity to do something with a little bit more fat in it still, just to make up that 219 grams, 219 calorie deficit that I've currently got. Like I'm thinking maybe, what could I put in here? Just something that's a little fatty, but not too fatty. There's nothing really here that I'm too worried about. I might try to, oh, you know what I could do? How about some mixed nuts? Let's put that in there. Mixed nuts, mixed nuts. That was my nickname in high school. Stupid joke. Let's see here. I'm not going to do the full 29 grams. Let's do 20 grams, which is a very small amount of mixed nuts. These are made by Planters, lightly salted, cashews, almonds. It's like the nicer nuts, which was also not my nickname in high school. Let's do 20 grams, and let's see what that does here. So it knocked down my fat quite a bit. It took my protein and my carbs up just a little bit more, but now I'm only 98 total calories remaining underneath my target. I don't want to be too far under my target. You know, I want to make sure to get as much calories as I need in order to not burn up my muscle whenever I go and I work out. It's a very fine line some days. you don't want to be super under because that's really not that healthy. So you want to be as close as you can to your target without going over if possible. So this looks good. This is a great plan for me. First day, I'm very excited with how this turned out. Again, the app is called My Macros Plus. Link in the description down below to the iOS and the Android store. For that, I'm also going to have links now to both the If It Fits Your Macros macro calculator and the Bigger, Leaner, Stronger macro calculator. Try each one, see which one you like better, and then try it for a week or 2 weeks. And if you don't like it, switch to the other one. It'll be a little bit different, but the overall calorie count's still going to be the same. Check out cheapofitness.com. Fitness, deals, discounts, coupon codes, sales. I actually just posted up some pretty cool kettlebell stuff and some protein drinks this morning, so check it out. That's it. Thanks y'all so much for watching. I'm excited about all this fat. I'm excited about those mixed nuts. I wasn't able to have them because I was so restrictive on my fat content. Now I get them again. So that's it. Thanks y'all so much for watching. Like and subscribe. I do these videos every single day. Peace out.